Hi everyone, welcome to my home studio. I'm Kelly and this is Maxwell. Thanks for joining me for your practice today. Today's practice is about Warrior 3. We will do poses to warm up the body, similar poses to Warrior 3. We'll gradually work our way into that pose, which can be a very difficult balancing pose, but also strengthen the legs. So we do Warrior 3 because it's a great pose for strengthening the glutes and the lower back, the hips, and creating stability in the body. Let's start on the mat in a seated position, and you can sit on something or you can sit on the floor. I'm sitting nicely on this bolster. So let's begin class by picking your shoulders up and roll them back first. So draw the shoulders down your back, then reach the arms to the sides and inhale and reach up. You may need blocks in class today. Exhale. So I want to start movement with the upper body to engage with your breathing. Inhale. This class will be about a 45-minute practice. Exhale. Inhale and reach. And this time I want you to turn and place your hand on the outside of the leg as you exhale. Take a deep breath in right here and press into the floor, or if you're on a bolster, the back of the bolster, hand on the outside of the leg. Inhale again, and then exhale. Now reach up. Inhale, and then exhale and turn the other way. Press into the back of the bolster or fingertips on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Relax the shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and reach up and stretch overhead. And now let's lean over to one side. Put your hand on the bolster and reach up and over, or hand on the floor right there. And draw the head over, looking up towards the ceiling. Now turn the chin towards the shoulder right there and turn the chin back up. Turn the chin towards the shoulder and then up again. One more time. Keep the arms straight over the ear. And now lift up, change sides. Hand on the other side. First, reach up and over and lean the shoulder back. Press your palm into the floor or hand on the side of the bolster right there. And then look up. Take a breath in. And then exhale, turn your chin towards your shoulder. And then inhale and look up. Exhale, turn your chin towards the shoulder and then look up. Inhale. One more time, exhale. So I want you to establish pacing your breath with your movement. Neutral, chin, and then reach up. Stretch overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your mat, and let's come onto your hands and your knees. And cat-cow. So right here, you can tuck your toes under for a moment and just get a good stretch in the back of your feet. Press your hands into the floor. Now put the top of the feet flat right here. And your knees are separated hip width, not wider. Press in, you'll know if they're too wide. Should be right underneath the hips. Hands underneath the shoulders, and then lower your belly towards the floor and inhale, look forward. Press your hands down and exhale. And I'm pressing my hands down so much that feels like I'm going to split the mat apart. Inhale, pressing the hands towards each other, look forward, straight arms. Then exhale, press the floor away, pulling the mat apart. Inhale, press your hands towards each other, straight arms. One more time, exhale, so it's an active cat-cow. And then right here, nicely done. And now neutral spine, look over at the right ankle. Center, look over at the left ankle. And center. This time I want you to walk your hands over to the edge of your mat and press the floor down. Parallel your hands on the edge of the mat and look over at the side right there. Don't drop the head. Neck straight. Press into the hands. Take a breath in. And then walk your hands, fingers pointing forward, and then over to the other side. So I'm lining up my hands on the long edge of the mat. Press the floor away, right there. Breathe. And breathe out. One more breath. Then walk your hands forward right here. Spread your fingers. Now tuck your toes and lift up to downward facing dog. Hi, Maxwell. And then set your knees down on the floor. Bring your belly all the way down, coming into Sphinx pose. Press your forearms into the mat right here. Press the feet into the mat. Sorry, Maxwell. I need to bring my legs closer together. Press the floor away. Warming up the spine in Sphinx pose. Just staying static right here. Try not to over clench the glutes. You want to have the glutes just contracted, but press the pelvis down and press the forearms down right here. Now you can drop your head over to the front so your forehead faces the mat. Press your feet down. Stretch the shoulders, the trapezius muscles right there. And now press into the floor and lift up into forearm plank right here and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hardest thing you've done yet. Come up onto your hands into child's pose. So now let's stay in child's pose for a moment. Thinking about relaxing the body over the thighs. As you reach the arms straight, take a breath in through your nose. Lift your forehead and walk your hands over to the right side so your body is over your right thigh, and then set your forehead down. Feel the left side stretch, the left hip. Breathe, and your fingers are spread, pressing down. Inhale. Exhale. Now lift your forehead, walk your hands to the front, and then walk it over to the other side, right there. So your body kind of goes over the left leg. Then set your forehead down. Press your hands down. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now lift the forehead slightly off the ground. Walk your hands forward. Come up onto your hands. And again, shift your hips towards the mat. Coming into Sphinx pose. Let's warm up the spine. Press the tops of the feet down into the floor. So we'll continue our warm up, adding some salutations and so Sun A and Sun B, Surya Namaskar, A and B. And then we'll move on and create a bit of a flow. So slide your hands in, press into the floor, and come into a full plank. So hold it right here for 5, 4, 3, press the floor away, 2, then 1, maybe the second hardest thing you've done today. Now lift up your hips, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Stay in downward facing dog, static, no movement right here. Just reach the hips back, and I want you to hollow the belly. Draw your arms in towards each other, and look at your forearms and see that the inner arms are facing each other, and then the index fingers point to the front of the mat. Press into your thumb and your index finger. Shift forward into plank. And then lower down to the floor, cobra pose. Press into the forearm or the hands. Lift up your chest right there and hold. Inhale. Warming up the spine. Draw your elbows in. Exhale and lower. Tuck your toes. You can push and come to your knees, and then downward facing dog. So make that easy the first few times as we warm up the body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Lift your heels and step to the front of the mat. Inhale and lengthen. Bring the hands to the shins right there. Exhale and fold. Inhale and reach all the way up and stretch overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Now walk down or come to the center of your mat. Come to your right knee. Take a knee. And then place your hand on your knee right here and reach up and over. So we're transitioning to the mat again on your hands and your knees. But first right here, exhale. Bring that over. Set your left knee down. Bring your right foot forward. So my knee is over my ankle. and then reach up and over. You can put your hand on your thigh, look forward, draw the shoulder back. Inhale and reach. And then set your knee on the floor, hands on the mat. Lower your belly towards the mat and look forward. Press the top of your feet down. Exhale and round. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, round. And now neutral spine. So press into the floor. In Warrior 3, you'll be usually it's standing on one leg and then extending the opposite leg back like this. So extend your left leg back first. And I want you to square your hips. And the easy way to do that is to point your toes towards the floor right there. Now press into the floor. You've got 3 points of contact on the ground right here. Your hands and then one knee. Now just make it a little more difficult. Reach the right arm and bring that arm up along the ear. So right here, 2 points of contact, and you're also lowered to the ground, so it's making it a little bit easier. So just notice the difficulty level later compared to Warrior 3. Now exhale, bring the hand down. Let's do the other side. So we're just going to hold it. Extend the leg straight. Point your toes down, straight leg, and then reach the opposite arm beside the ear. And you can tuck your toes under. I feel a little more solid when my toes are tucked under. With my balance, pull your abs in right here. Same thing in Warrior 3. Ab contraction. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. Press your fingers down. And then exhale. Set your hand down on the floor and tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and stretch it out overhead. We'll go through a flow, warming up the body, going to the long edge of the mat. So step forward with your right foot to your right thumb and bring your knee to the mat. Inhale, reach up, low lunge. Inhale. And then exhale, place the hands on the floor and start to pivot and turn to the front of the mat. And just walk your hands over to the back foot and then to the front foot and to the back foot again. And to the front foot, and then center, separate your feet, and forward fold. So the head hovers above the ground, no need to touch, no headstand right here. Elbows in, press your hands between your feet, and straighten your legs as much as you feel comfortable with. No trembling here. Inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Now lift your head up halfway. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Set your knee on the floor. Keep the left hand and reach the right arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Place your right hand on your back. Draw your elbow in. Open your shoulder and look over the shoulder. Keep that left heel pointing straight up. Don't let it drop out. Inhale and exhale. Now place your hand on the floor and lift up your right foot, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg, 3-limb dog, push the floor away. Bring your left knee in, step your left foot forward, knee on the floor, Anjaneyasana, arms out to the sides, and then reach up. Go ahead and look up at your hands. Exhale, hands to your shoulder, to your chest. And then hinge forward, go to the long edge of the mat. So Skandasana, keep your hips low, press into your feet. Your feet are parallel. Widen your feet. Hi, Maxwell. And then to the other side. And then center your hands between your feet. And draw the head towards the floor. The crown of the head. So tap the crown of the head. Tap the floor. That's where you are. Head between the arms. Or head between the feet and your hands between your feet, pressing, draw your elbows in and push into the floor, straighten your legs, hollow the belly, abs in, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. Now press into the floor, lift your body up, your torso, and then walk it to the front of the mat. Set your knee on the floor, right hand on the floor, and reach your arm up, stretch right there. Then place your left hand on your lower back. Draw the elbow back. Stretch the chest and the shoulder. Breathe. Breathe out. Keep pressing in the floor. Inhale and exhale. Now look down, hand on the floor, left leg up, downward facing dog. Shift forward and plank right here, lower down, cobra pose, press the top of the feet into the floor, draw your elbows in and maybe you can press even further, straightening the arms, then lower, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Breathe, inhale, exhale, look forward and bend your knees, step or float to your hands. Fold over, lengthen and look forward, exhale and fold. Hold right here, separate your feet, reach for your elbows and sway side to side. So all the way over, let your head drop. So again, the crown of the head facing the ground. And maybe you reach the arms behind, clasp your fingers, reach the knuckles away from your body, towards the back or towards the ceiling. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Straighten your legs as much as you feel comfortable with. Breathe in, meaning if you're trembling, then bend your knees slightly. Now unclasp your hands, slide the hands down the back of the legs, hands to the shins, lengthen and look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale and reach up, stretch overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart and shoulders roll back. And let's do sun salutation A. You want to come out? Grab your chicken. Grab it. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us. All right, sun A, let's do it 2 times. So look at your feet, lift the toes, set your toes down, bending the toes apart. That's a real thing. Don't just kind of gloss over that. Press your toes down into the floor. So you're feeling all 4 corners of your feet, the front and then even in the heels, both sides of the back of the feet. Then inhale, reach up, soften your knees, a little back bend right there. Exhale, dive over, hands go down the center line of the body. Look through the legs, then lengthen and look forward. Press into the floor, bend your knees, step back plank. Lower down, chaturanga or to the mat. Upward facing dog or cobra. Look forward, abs in, downward facing dog. Beautiful. One more breath. Lift your heels up and step or float to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale and stand tall. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. One more time. Elevating the heart rate. Inhale, reach. Back bend. Exhale, fold. Center line of the body. Look through the legs, then lift up halfway. Hands to your shins. Exhale, plant your hands, step back or float back. I prefer to step back on that position. Now shift forward, lower down chaturanga or to the mat. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe, couple of breaths. One more breath. Lift your heels, look forward. If you bend your knees, just try to at least spring hop to the center of the mat like a frog, right? So our hop to the hands to the shins, lengthen and look forward and then lower. Inhale, rise. Surya Namaskar B. Exhale, hands to your heart. Bring your shoulders down. Reach forward, chair pose. 3 breaths right here. So bring your legs together, your feet parallel, look forward, arms up. If that's uncomfortable for your shoulders, widen your arms like that. Otherwise, right here, be strong. Lower your glutes more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Lengthen and look forward, hands to the shins. Exhale, plant your hands and step back. Lower down, chaturanga or up dog or chaturanga to up dog, or to the floor to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, coming to crescent pose or high lunge. Step your right foot beside your right thumb. Keep your heel up in the back. Inhale, crescent. Breathe. Feel that stretch in your hip flexor right there. Nice, super good stretch right there. Look forward. Bring your hands down to your heart. Hinge forward. So we're building strength in this forward leg by holding the lunge position. Then turn your body, look to the side, press your palms into each other. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to go long edge of the mat again. So inhale, reach up and over. Right there, star pose. Right here, here's your star. Bend your knees and bend your elbows and then reach up. Do that again. So we'll do a little repetition, little strength training for the legs, wide stance, kind of like a sumo squat. Reach, make a star, reach. Do that 4 more times. 3, 2, 1 more. And hold at the bottom right here. Place your hands on the thighs and point your fingers down like that. Press into the inside of your knee and look over your shoulder. Inhale, center. Look the other way. Press into your inner thigh and look over. So using that as resistance. And center and look up, reach up, or lift up. Bend your forward knee, warrior 2 again. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand to the floor. Reach the right arm up. Twist. Really stretch that arm up straight. So the heel over the ball of the foot back there. And then your one hand to the other hand is a straight line. Then exhale, place your hand on the floor and step back plank. Your vinyasa. You can come down to the mat or chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg up. 3-limb dog, left side, left foot steps forward. Crescent pose. I always make sure my feet have some width apart when I come up before I come up into crescent. Exhale, hands to your heart, shoulders rolled back. Hinge forward and twist. So your elbow to the outside of the leg, right here. Palms together, thumbs to your breastbone or to the heart. Trying to get the hands to the center. Now inhale and reach up. Long edge of the mat, star. Feet parallel. Bend your elbows. Keep your feet parallel. Or turn your heels in and then reach up. So you need your feet in a plie type position, not parallel. Well, when you hold static, parallel your feet. Here, reach up, bring it elbows down, and then reach, arms, palms together, or fingers together, palms facing each other. One more time. And then hold it at the bottom. Put your hands on your thighs, and again, you're going to press into your hand and look over your shoulder, look behind. Yeah, and then center. Shift forward and then look over the other shoulder right there. Center and then stand up. Inhale, reach. Bend your left knee. Coming into crescent pose again. Inhale. Then exhale, place your right hand on the floor and twist. Press your hand down, arm over the ear, or arm straight up. So from one hand to the other hand is a straight line. My palm facing forward. Breathe. Then exhale, hand to the mat, step back plank, lower down, cobra or upward facing dog. I'm choosing the cobra pose, shoulders down away from the ears, lower slightly, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Moving on, let's practice warrior 3. Inhale, right leg up. Step your right foot forward, crescent pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Now hinge forward. Turn your shoulders and your rib cage, elbow to the side, and maybe you reach your fingertips for the floor, opposite arm up. There's your bind. Inhale and exhale. Now bring your palms together. Turn your chest to center. Look up. Look forward first. Hands to your heart. You ready? So here you go. So you're going to hinge forward. And just slide that back foot in just a little bit, right? So let's make this a little bit easier. And grab your blocks. Make them on their highest point right here. So think about how long your torso is, right? So this back foot's on the floor. Place your hands on your blocks, and then you're going to lift up that leg. There's your warrior 3 pose, propped up on blocks. Flex your foot, abs in, straight body, straight alignment. You don't have to lift the leg too high. Should be in alignment with the hips and the spine. Now just try. Pick your hands up off the blocks. There's your strength. Set them down. Set your foot on the floor. Crescent pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side to side. Skandasana, so movement. And now do this for me. We're going to bring a foot in, other side, reach your arms side to side, so movement, 8 more. Maybe you can take a hop. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot over. Turn, return. Exhale, left hand to the floor, right arm up, right there. I'm going to give you something else. Next challenge, side plank. Bring your foot to the center, or let's practice tree pose. Grab your ankle. If you can stack your legs, just try this. So grab your ankle, place your foot on the inner thigh, and then open your body. Arm up over the ear. Breathe. And then look at the floor. Hand on the floor. Face the mat. Keep your leg right there for 5, 4, or foot there. 3, 2, 1. Leg goes straight. And vinyasa. I'm going to go through cobra pose. Press into the floor. Lift up. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Breathe. One more breath. Lift up your left leg. Inhale. Push the floor away. Step your left foot forward. And come into crescent. Inhale, reach. First thing we're going to do is set up. Bring your hands to your heart, right? And then you're going to extend the leg back straight, back there. Your heel over the ball of the foot, or some close to. So you're going to press into the ball of your foot. If you have a mirror that you can work out in front of, please do that. It's so helpful seeing where your body is in space, or where you're moving, or how you're moving. Hinge forward, and then turn your elbow to the side right there. And you can stay here, or a little more of a bind would be the arm to the floor, fingertips touch, and then the opposite arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now untwist right here and set up for warrior 3. We're just going to practice this one. We'll come back to this, do one more round where we actually try to do it without blocks. So first, hinge forward. My hands are right here at my heart, and I'm going to slide my foot in. So my hands being organized right here in front of my chest just makes me a little more structured in my pose. So put your hands on your blocks and lift your leg right there. So my left leg is straight, but not locked. You don't want to hyperextend at that joint, right? Just a softening of the knee. Flex your foot pointing down. Then just try. Lift your hands up off the block and hold for 3, 2, 1. Hands on the blocks, foot on the floor. Inhale, crescent pose. And now long edge of the mat. Skandasana. And then we'll have a little bit of movement between, just to shake up and get out of the yoga sequence. We'll come back, so kind of like taking a side road right here. And we'll get back on our path. All right, so now step, step. And I'm kind of leaning forward. I'm using my arms side to side. Call it a bound over to the other side. Lateral bound. Do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other foot this way. Turn. Get your balance. Inhale, reach up. Bring your right hand to the floor. And twist left. Arm up. Here's your side plank. I know heart rate's elevated. Just try. Okay, so if you can stack your legs, try tree pose. So you'll grab your ankle, go to the edge of your foot, the right foot, press into your hand, then place the foot at the inner thigh. And open the body to the side, arm over the ear. Breathe. Keep your head straight. Look down. Can you face the mat with your foot on the inner thigh? Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg back, vinyasa. Lower. My heart rate's up. Inhale, look. Exhale, lower. Try not to squinch your shoulders near your ears. I just caught myself doing that also. It's easy to do. Step to the center of the mat. Intermission. Malasana. Elbows to the inner thighs. Or inside of your knees. Hopefully you find this to be intermission. Go and get our time to just take it in. What have you been going through? How do you feel so far? We'll go back through that again, and the next time we'll try to do it without the blocks. If you're newer to practice, use your blocks, okay? So let's practice crow pose. Hands on the floor. Place one of the blocks right in front, like that, about that far. Because if you tipped forward, maybe that block would catch you, right? I used to practice with a big, very firm cushion, and I'd tumble forward a couple of times, right? It takes falling to learn how to do this, but protect yourselves, right? Okay, so place your forearms right there, or your triceps on the inside of your legs and knees. Then place your hands on the floor. Bring your feet closer together. So I want you to practice with your heels together first, and your toes turned out slightly. And you can also, if you don't want to practice crow, just practice strengthening your ankles and your toe joints by lifting up like this and staying right here on your heels. Breathe, shoulders relaxed. Practicing crow, hands on the floor, and then you're going to lift your hips up so that you can get your knees behind your arms, your triceps. Then you're going to press your forearms in, or the arms into the knees, then draw your elbows in, press into your hands, then shift forward, look forward, and then pick your toes up off the floor. Breathe. And then set your feet down and forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall. Inhale, reach up. We'll add on and practice Warrior 3 to the sequence. So come to the front of your mat and let's bring your palms together. Close your eyes. Feel your heart rate. So bring the thumbs to the heart. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your feet placement on the ground. Take a deep breath in and then exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up and look up. So open your eyes. Exhale, arms to your sides. Come into chair pose. Inhale. This time, rather than holding, let's bring the hands to your heart and twist to the right. Right there, press your hands together. Maybe, like in crescent pose, open up the arms. There's your bind. Palms together, look forward, reach first. Stay with me, hands to your heart. Turn your elbow to the side and just try. Reach and reach. Palms together. Inhale, arms beside the ears, sink down. Exhale, fold. Lengthen and look forward, hands to your shins first. Plant your hands and step back plank. Vinyasa, guys. All the way down, cobra or up dog. Shoulders down, exhale, lower. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. This time, turn your toes out and bend your knee before we start. So open up the hip right there, the pelvis. Extend the legs straight. Look forward first so you can see where you're going to plant your foot. So step your right foot forward very quietly. Inhale, crescent pose. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hinge forward and turn. Palms together. Look forward, look out. Inhale and reach up. And then try without blocks, or if you're newer to practice, use your blocks. Hands to your heart, hinge forward, lift up your left leg. Straighten the left leg, straighten the right leg. You can bring your arms back and then try to sweep forward. Warrior 3, right there. Inhale, exhale, breathe in, and then set your foot on the floor. Nicely done. And go to the long edge of the mat. Sweep, 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 and then sweep. Do it one more time. Return to the front. Turn your body. Here's the add-on. Tough part. This is a challenge. You ready? So you're going to lift up the left knee. Up. Bring it over the leg. Eagle pose. Toes on the floor. Wrap your left arm around the right or under the right. Reach first. Try to pick your toes up. Balance. Maybe you can grab behind the calf. Reach the arms, lower your hips. Reach the arms, lower your hips. 3, 2, 1. Unwind the arms. Lift up your knee. Just try. Leg goes back into crescent pose. Inhale, reach. We still need to do our side plank. Left hand to the floor. Stack your feet. Prop the foot in front. Add the tree pose right here. Nicely done. Face the mat. If you can, keep the foot at the thigh. 3, 2, 1. Leg straight. Vinyasa. Breathe in. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. 2 breaths. Catch your breath. Lift your left leg. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. Reach the ball of the foot over there. Look over. Extend the leg straight. Look forward first. Step that left foot beside your left thumb quietly. And then inhale, reach up. Crescent pose. Nicely done. Pull your abs in. Hands to your heart. Hinge forward. Tip the elbow to the side. And then maybe open up for a bind. Inhale. Exhale. Palms together. Here's the warrior 3. Use your blocks or not. Hinge forward. You ready? Go. Up. Arms to the sides. Shoulders down. And then maybe reach forward. Much harder. Leg up. Flex your foot. Straighten the leg. Body over. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Set your foot on the floor. And then swish side to side. Skandasana. Do it 4 more times. Press your feet down. Keep your hips low. 1 more. Return to crescent. Inhale. Here's your challenge. Second challenge. You ready? Coming to eagle pose. Lift up the right knee. Up. Balance. And then leg over. The opposite leg. Right arm underneath your left. Reach your arms. Pull your forearms away from your face. Lift the toes. maybe wrap the toes behind the calf. Just try. I promise this stuff gets easier. Lower your hips, reach the arms. 3, 2, relax your shoulders. And 1, inhale, reach. Hold it. Get that, okay? Knee up, extend the leg back, crescent pose. Last challenge. Here's your side plank. You can prop it up, stack your feet, or try edge of your foot, grab your ankle, place your foot to the inner thigh, open your body to the side, reach up and over. Right there, breathe. One more breath. Now face the mat. Try to keep your foot at the inner thigh. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Foot on the floor. Last vinyasa. Lower. Up dog. Cobra or, and then downward facing dog. Nicely done. Hold it for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen the body back. Inhale. Exhale. Now look forward, bend your knees, and step or hop to the middle. Soft landing, toes turned out, arms on the inside of your knees. Catch your breath. Place a block. This is good for focus. One more time, let's practice crow. And then we're going to our back. So hands on the floor, lean in. When you do that, lift up your hips, bring your heels closer together, and stay right here as we did before, and strengthen the ankles. Knee, elbows off the thighs. That helps with balance, or that's harder. Otherwise here, fingers really spread. Press into the triad of the hand. So the index finger to your thumb. So that's really where a lot of the energy comes. Think up the inside of the arm, right? And really the stability is your clavicle, your shoulder blades. So think of the energy, the strength coming from right there. So I'm going to press and round my upper back. Yep. And then you're going to lift your hips. And then I like to push my triceps into my forearms or into my shins. Draw the elbows in. Press. Lean in. Look at the block or forward of the block. And then lift your toes. Pull the heels towards the glutes. And then set your feet down. And forward fold. Feet are parallel. Drop the head. Now you can relax the arms like a rag doll. Straighten your legs as much as you can. Sway from one side to the other. And then center. And then I want you to sit on your mat. Right here. Scoot to the center. Grab your block. We're going to use the block. Lower down all the way. Put your feet on the floor. Here's our cool down. So back bend, bridge pose or wheel pose. Those are considered cool down poses. So lift the lower back and set it down evenly. Lift the shoulder blades and set them down evenly. And just look straight up. Let your knees tip in and touch. Palms beside your hips and just relax for a moment. Let your breathing just happen. You may want to take a deep breath in to relax more. Now grab your block and place the block underneath your sacrum. So below the waistline, it should feel super comfortable right there. Pick your shoulder blades up and bring them in together. So you've got a nice shelf right there, even on the floor, palms on the floor. Bring your right knee in, left knee in, and extend the legs up straight. Palms on the floor flat. Pull your toes towards your shins. Pull the legs in. Inhale. Straight legs. Exhale. Now lower your right leg. Right there. And you can bend your left knee and grab the knee and pull it in. Stretching the hip flexors on the right side. Lift up, and then reach the right leg up again. Changing sides, left leg, heel to the floor, reach the right leg. Here, stretching the hamstring right here on this side and the hip flexors. Then when you bend your knee and pull the knee in towards your chest, a little more stretch in the flexors. Try to straighten that left leg. And then set both feet on the floor. Move the block. Bring your heels close to your glutes and turn your toes out just slightly. Pick your shoulder blades up and pull them underneath you, and then press your feet down. Press the lower back to the mat, towards the mat, so you're lengthening the spine, the lower back. Then lift up your hips and clasp your hands. Draw your arms underneath you further. Maybe you can get your palms together and press the pinky edge of the hands into the floor. So this is to stretch the front body. And you're strengthening the back body, but this is mainly just to stretch the front part of the body in a back bend. We're not going to come into wheel pose unless you want to. If you want to try wheel right now, go ahead and place your hands above your shoulders and lift up. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Now unclasp your hands and lower your hips to the floor. And separate your blades apart, and then kind of relax into the mat. Bring your right ankle to your left knee, and bring your legs in towards your body. Grab behind the hamstring and pull the leg in. Press this knee away with your elbow. And you can flex your foot right here and rotate the other foot. Rotate the other way. Place the left foot on the floor. Keep your ankle where it is. And reach your arms side to side. Now heel toe your foot over to the edge of the mat on the left side. So left foot, left side. Keep your ankle where it is. Now tip the knees over and look over to the left. Inhale. Pull your back towards the floor. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. And now lift up. Lower back on the floor. And now do this. Keep the ankle where it is, but then slide the leg over so the thigh's over the other thigh, kind of like an eagle pose. Now tip the knees over to the right side and look over to the right. I'm sorry, knees over to the left, and you're looking to the right. Then lift your knees, and then place your left ankle on your right knee. Let's do the other side. Piriformis stretch, hands behind the hamstring. Press your knee away and flex your feet and rotate the right foot. Chin neutral. Rotate the other way. And then hold. Pull the legs in towards you. Nicely done. Then set your right foot on the floor. Heel toe your foot over to the right. So right foot over to the right and tip the knees over to the left. And look over to the right. And relax the shoulders and the hips. Then lift the knees. And then put your foot right in the center again. Cross the leg over. Then tip the knees over to the other side. And look up the opposite direction. Relax the shoulders, the hips, the neck, the jaw. And then lift up. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Self-love. Taking care of yourself. Flex your feet and point your toes. Lift your shoulders off the mat and your chin off the mat.
Forehead towards the knees in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then cross your ankles, roll up. Sitting in the center of your mat. You did it again. Put your hands on the top of the thighs right there and look forward. Inhale. And then exhale. Reach your arms up, palms together, look up at your hands. Then exhale, bring the thumbs to the brow. In gratitude, the thumbs to the heart, and thanks. Bowing your chin, the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for your practice today. I hope your body's feeling awesome. And I'll see you again next time.